Can I pick up in this state? I can pick up in this state. Ooh! Look at that, ladies and gentlemen! Shit fucking texture on the floor, that's fine. I'm pressing Q to hang people again. That, ladies and gentlemen, right there is actually a new carry rig. Funny, innit? When we start actually complaining about the game, ladies and gentlemen. And they actually start to get the fucking asses in gear. I mean, okay, yeah. Oh, she looks a bit shit in animation. She's a bit clicky. It's gore. It's gore, ladies and gentlemen. There's no blood though, so his head just pops like a fucking crisp. Yeah. See it. Oh. Oh, there it is. Look at that. I hooked him and then killed him, fellas. Stop playing the game. Yep, that's every gen on the map now blocked. Look at them all. Twitter is upon us. Yeah, I think she's quite fun to play, but again, she's got to go through the Twitter playtest, hasn't she? So, you know, we're expecting nurse, we're expecting fucking everything to be removed from it, everything that's fun. And yeah, we will see. All in all, fellas, I think this release is actually kind of alright, to be honest, based on what we've seen of it. We've only played against bots, obviously, because I'm not queuing into a 4-man Twitch clip farming pack of rats, so, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. It is just a big fucking shame, innit, about all this shit that's been added to the game, where we're just literally fucking destroying it. So, whether or not you return after the PTB or we return to her at release, I don't know, because I just can't be arsed playing through all this shit now. So, we'll have to see, fellas. But in terms of the killer's design, in terms of the power itself, yeah, I think it's pretty solid. Relatively bugless as well, from what we can see. Based on this, it's certainly better than the fucking Walking Dead release anyway, put it that way. But yeah, I just want to make it relevant at the very beginning, just before we go into this. I am genuinely, and it's not a protest, it's not anything like that, all this utter fucking wank right here is genuinely now putting me off playing the game, because it's just not fun. This just isn't fun at all. This is just a rulebook shit that's been shoehorned into the game because Twitter doesn't like playing against certain kill playstyles. So, for me to get back into a PvP game in the asim genre where I'm being told how to play it by my enemies, I've got no incentive to, mate. It's fucking boring. Especially now after playing Identity 5 as well, where I can actually utilise my killer and I can chase people back to back if I need to. You know, I can stay near chairs to capitalise on pressure and all this kind of stuff. I can actually play the fucking game the way I want to. Just looking at this now is an absolute universal fucking downgrade from a mobile game, boys. Like, it's fucking amazing. Amazingly fucking tragic how fucking far this game's fell off. It might still have the streaming numbers, it might still have the viewership and all that kind of stuff, but it doesn't stop everybody being fucking miserable while playing it, you know? This game was far fucking better around 2019, 2020. But these days, mate, the direction it's going, nah. Absolute shit. Complete shit. Well, there it is. So, I don't know, maybe they'll revert some of this from the PTB, but I don't have much hope. I have witnessed it in live games. I've watched some other streamers. I watched True get fucking punished as Myers for in one of his games because he killed somebody after targeting them twice in the same match and then got all the generators locked. It's fucking stupid, mate. It really is. We've got a dev team that genuinely don't understand that they're designing a PvP game, and about 60% of this fucking side of the player base that they're listening to need to fucking man up, quite honestly. Because that's why we're here now. Literally every single fucking line of this doesn't need to exist at all. Because back in the day, ladies and gentlemen, escaping in this game wasn't an entitlement. You worked for it. There you go. It is funny though as well. I have seen this. Somebody did mention this to me in the Discord, that they think the Krasue is S tier because she's lumped in with the Nurse, Hillbilly, Ghoul, Dark Lord, and Blight, or top tier we'll call it, you know. But anyway, just gonna leave that there because yeah, it is what it is, fellas. I'm just not interested in this game anymore after playing Identity 5. It's just the latter's just a far better option, honestly, in terms of the actual gameplay, and that's a fucking mobile game. But, you know, as I say, we've reviewed the chapter, we've reviewed the perks, all that stuff that's normally there. We'll just throw the video on YouTube. As I say, fellas, don't know if I'm coming back with this now, because it's just, I don't like it. There you go. See you in there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to familiar territory. We've not been here for a while, have we? Been enjoying Identity 5 a lot recently. Kind of pivoted over to that game, but if you're here for the new PTV, new killer, all that kind of stuff, I'm a little bit out of breath at the moment because I've just been running around in my backyard. You'll have to forgive me. Honest reactions, fellas, if you are new to this. Okay? Christ. That's fine. Get rid of this. No trailer because it is the PTV. Yeah, brief history on me just so you know what you're going to get here. Very honest reactions. We're very outspoken on this channel, especially with the incredibly shit state this game is currently in. We are going to go into this and have a look at the new killer though. We will praise where praise is warranted, and we will shit on where shit is required, you know, that kind of thing. Initially going into it, you know, the idea of the killer being a Krasue, if I have pronounced that right, forgive me if I haven't, has been, you know, it's been leaked for quite a while. So what I will say though, fellas, is, you know, get your bingo cards out as to whether it's a teleporting killer or a dash killer. That holds relevance since we've been playing Identity 5, but you know, it is what it is. So we'll have a look. There she is. Yep, the Krasue. The Krasue hungers for blood, a personal perks of Ravenous, Wandering Eye, and Hex, Overture of Doom. That better be a fucking good effect because it is a Hex, otherwise that's one dead perk. Here we go. Okay, alright, okay. Right, okay then. She looks very similar to Hadi, I'm just going to say that right away. Yeah. As I've said in the past, usually the art team with this game does knock it out of the park. Never had an issue with the art team for this game, it's just literally the rest of the game that's dog shit. But, you know, we'll have a look. Need to remember, that's pretty cool. It also, at the same time, my next question is, when is the Dead Space chapter happening then? Because if we can do gore like this, I'm pretty sure we can do dismemberment in a Mori, can't we? Right, let's have a look at the power. Now, actually, let me just go off this because I want to say something because it'll be relevant. There was leaks about this killer's power. Apparently, just to clear things up here, it was leaked to be a slugging-based power after they've just released a patch where they're basically stopping killers from playing the game because Twitter doesn't like it. So, if it's a slugging-based power, mate, I don't think this chapter's going to do very well. But, you know, here we go. Unbodied flesh. So, special ability, Corporeal Weave. The Krasue can shift between body and head forms at will. Body form has a 32 meter terror radius, head form has a 40 meter terror radius. It is slightly faster, cannot break pallets, and is not granted bloodlust. But it is slightly faster, so the bloodlust situation probably doesn't matter as much. Not being able to break pallets though might be an issue. I don't know. Special effect leeched. Hitting a survivor with intestinal whip or a leeching gland adds to their leech meter. When the meter is filled, the survivor is afflicted with leeched 1. So leech 1, the leech meter fills automatically. Leech 2, the survivor is afflicted with broken. If healthy, they become injured. Okay. Right, let me just try and internalise this. So you hit the survivor with the intestinal whip or a leeching gland. So there's apparently 2 different attacks there. Hitting a survivor with an intestinal whip or a leeching gland adds to their leech meter. Yeah, okay. Animations are good though, as I say. Again, fellas, art team, animation team, at least in the lobbies with the animation team, knock it out of the park every time. I say this every time. I've got no problems with them. They're actually really good at what they do. It's just the balance team and the actual game itself that are fucking just... no. So yeah, when the meter is filled, the survivor is afflicted with leeched 1. So leeched 1, the leech meter fills automatically. So presumably you hit leeched 1 and then you start gaining leech passively. And then when you go to leech 2, the survivor is afflicted with broken. So that's kind of, if you want to think about it, that's basically plague, in a way. What I'm getting for this, because it says it fills automatically, which is basically the puke. That's when you're in the green puke. And then you go up to the broken status effect once you reach leech 2. Special ability intestinal whip. In head form, press the attack button to lash out with the internal organs. Survivor afflicted with leeched can be damaged by intestinal whip. Intestinal whip partially fills a survivor's leech meter up to leech 1. Yeah, that's basically repeating what you've just said up there, I think. Survivor ability regurgitate. In body form, press and hold the power button to charge regurgitate. When charged, tap the attack button to spew a leeching gland. Okay. Leeching gland completely fills a survivor's leech meter up to leech 1. Is this not just plague? Is this actually not just plague? When charged, tap the attack button to spew a leeching gland. Leeching gland completely fills survivor's leech meter up to leech 1. Leeched 1 is the leech meter that fills automatically, which is the green puke for plague, is it not? I mean, we'll see it in game. We'll try her against bots in a minute, but this looks like fucking content recycle again, fellas. This, it really does. It looks like, it sounds a lot like plague. This, like literally just plague. Let's see. Special item, glowing fungus. Survivors can eat glowing fungus to decrease the leech meter over time. Being hit ends the effect. So you stop the decay of the leech by hitting them. Special ability, headlong flight. In head form, press and hold the power button to speed through the air. That might be good for traversal. A lot of this though now as well, fellas, I'm just going to say after playing Identity 5's killers, a lot of this is going to feel really fucking weak. Even Blight and Nurse feels weak to me in this game now. Compared to what you can do in Identity 5, and that community gets on with it as well, the survivors. Right, let's have a look at the perks. The usual, ladies and gentlemen, though, is whenever I do a video like this, with killer perks, it's usually a case where all of them are fucking useless, and maybe one of them will see play. There is one with a generator on it, which is probably the one that will get nerfed 2 weeks after release. But we'll see. So we'll look at that one first. It's a fucking X. Surprise, surprise, because it's something to do with gens in it. Hex that plays on the paranoia of others spawns a hex totem that curses the farthest generator and reveals its aura in yellow. When a survivor repairs the cursed generator for 5 seconds, you gain undetectable and your terror radius is applied to the generator for 20 seconds. When the cursed generator is repaired, the next farthest generator is cursed. Right. This is shit. The reason this is shit is, one, it's a hex. I don't know why this is a hex. I don't know why you should be able to remove this. Undetectable just isn't strong in a lot of situations against decent survivors. But I think we've gone past the point of designing the game for decent survivors now anyway, because obviously, you know, we're just designing it to fucking make survivors win it because they can't fucking handle losing. That's literally what the latest changes are. Fucking gen blocking and just massive repair speed bonuses because somebody got fucking tunneled out. Fuck me. If it wasn't a hex, I'd still think it was a bit shit because, again, undetectable for 20 seconds. Yeah. It's... You have to be within range of somebody within the first 20 seconds as well to get the value out of it. 20 seconds in game time is not actually a long time on the killer side of things when you're looking for people. It's potentially good on Blight and Nurse, as I say, to get an early jump on somebody maybe at the start of the trial. It's going to be the furthest generator at the beginning of the trial. But I mean, you can literally do this with Blight with the add-on that makes him undetectable when he's dashing. Yeah, nah, I think that's shit. But it is a hex anyway, so it's just automatically shit. Ravenous. When you hook a survivor for the first time, gain 1 token up to 4, a maximum of 4, I should say. When you have 4 tokens, all survivors scream and are inflicted with the exposed for 40 seconds. It's a one-time use as well, whenever you hook a survivor the first time, so just as long as you once you've 4-hooked everybody, or 1-hooked everybody I should say, it'll go off and then you can't use it again. I mean, maybe. Again, maybe on high mobility killers. Maybe, yeah. It might be quite good. But again, if it's good, it'll get nerfed, because it's a killer perk. This is what I talk about. It's not bias, it's not favoritism, that's literally what they do in the game now. Anything that gets any kind of fucking traction on the kill side, nerf it, get rid of it. No, Twitter can't play around this. So, yeah. It seems like it's going to be good on high mobility killers, this. I don't know about the new fucking stupid changes they're making to the game as well, where you have to hook people in a certain order so you don't hurt the feelings, all that kind of shit, but you might be able to choose when you can proc this as well, if you chase somebody else. But again, then you'd probably end up hooking the same survivor twice in a row. Don't fucking dare do that, by the way. You'll get a nuke dropped on your house. Yeah. It's better than the first one. I think it's decent, to be honest, maybe. On other killers, we'll have to see how good it is on her, obviously, but... Wandering Eye. Whenever you start chasing a survivor, reveal the auras of all other injured survivors within 16 meters for 5 seconds. This perk has a 40-second cooldown. So whenever you start chasing a survivor, reveal the auras of all the injured survivors. Depends on the game, I think. I mean, that is kind of good on Plague. Maybe. It's actually kind of good on Plague. Once you've got everybody broken. But heals these days are lightningly quick, so... yeah. Depends. I think this is situational. I think it does depend on the game itself, how the game's actually going. If you've got high pressure and you've got everybody injured, then yeah. I was actually thinking Wraith might get hit and run Wraith might get some value out of that. Maybe. But it's only 16 meters though. 16 meters is really small. It's got a 40-second cooldown. Fucking hell. I don't know. I think it's like bottom of mid tier maybe. I don't think it's terrible because you might be able to get some use out of it with like fast mobility killers again. And killers that can easily injure. Ghoul might be good with this, actually. Ghoul might actually get value out of that, I think, maybe. I think Ravenous is probably the better one, fellas, in terms of perks. I think this one is probably the better one, but again, it's not great. Because it's a one-time use, and especially on like M1 killers and stuff like that, you're probably never going to hit anybody in that time. 40 seconds when you actually chase is a short amount of time. So, and you then lose it anyway. It just gets completely tanked if you don't get value out of it. It's very hit or miss, feast or famine. But yeah. That's dog shit because it's an X and just it doesn't warrant being an X. I don't know why the fuck that is an X, to be honest, I really don't. Undetectable for 20 seconds or working on a generator for 5 seconds, no. It's only on one generator as well. If it was on every single generator and, you know, it turned into a situation where it's like perma undetectable, then yeah, maybe hex perk, yeah. Because then they'd have to go and look for it and get rid of it. Even though it just gets spoon-fed to him at the beginning of the match most of the times anyway. Yeah. I don't know. That's probably the best one. That's the one that jumps out to me anyway, this one. I've just realised she's got a machete as well by virtue of that. Why has a Thai dancer got a machete? It's a bit weird. She's doing the Legion pose as well, that's what Frank does. It's lovely. I'm not really going to look at the add-ons for this one because, well... fuck it, go on then. We'll have a look. We'll start Brown first, and then we'll look at the Survivor. We're not going to be able to make an informed thing of this, obviously. I'm just going to run you through them, see what we've got, you know. Increases headlong flights charges by 2. It's a charge-based ability. So you've got tokens to spend on flight. Okay. Browns usually increase decent they're like very mechanical browns, so some of these might actually be quite decent. Decreases headlong flight's consumption rate by 20% for 15 seconds anytime you hook a leeched survivor. Okay. Broken Tiara. Survivors are oblivious under the glowing fungus effects. So that's when they're healing your leech. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Right, okay, so at first glance, this is oblivious, which is basically undetectable for the survivor's perspective. This basically makes her hex perk redundant, because you can just run this if you want that effect. This is basically the same effect, from what I can see. Wriggling Parasite increases the growth rate of leeched by 10%, increases the cleanse rate of glowing fungi by 10%. So it speeds it up across the board, because it increases the cleanse rate as a nerf, but you're getting it 10% faster. So this just depends on whether they actually pick the fungi up or not. But that's a yellow, or it was a yellow add-on, it's now green. So that's a green add-on that's actually helping survivors in a way. Okay. Pig's Eye. When a survivor eats a glowing fungus from further than 40 meters away, their aura is revealed to you for 6 seconds. That's probably quite bad, if I had to guess. Against new players, it's probably quite good, but 40 meters is massive. There's another brown there in there, Sticky Lozenge. When charging Regurgitate, see a preview of the impact zone. That's your training wheels one. The other yellow one is gain 10 charges to headlong flight when a survivor is hit by a leeching gland. 10 charges? So is it not token based then? Fucking hell, 10 charges is a lot if it is actually token based. Framed Newspaper increases headlong flight's charges by 10 and its recharge rate by 25%. Headlong fight must be at least half charged to activate. Why are they adding nerf effects to the fucking add-ons, dude? Why? That's 2 now, and we're not even halfway through the add-ons that have negative effects on them. So you have to wait for it to be half charged. We're gonna have to see how long it takes for it to charge, obviously, but this is what it fucking annoys me. Because what they've done, right, they've given the add-on the identity of increases the headlong flight's charges by 10 and its recharge rate by 25%. So they've made it longer and they've given it a faster recharge rate, but then at the same time slapped the fucking prerequisite on it that it must be at least half charged to activate. Why? Why not just have the bonus of increases its charges and recharge rate? What's the point in using the add-on then, if I now have to wait until it's half charged, you know? Because it increases the charges, which means the actual recharge rate would extend as well, because there is more of it to recharge. So this is basically only increases headlong's flight by 25%, but you also have to fucking wait for it to be half charged, instead of just being able to use it, if you didn't run this. Fuck's sake, dude, it's fucking just... Everything has to have this, oh yes, but you know, little survivor, this is the negative, you know, they've still got this slapped on it as well. You know, they can't use it until halfway. Carry on. Theatre binoculars. Hitting a non-leech survivor with intestinal whip reveals the auras of other survivors within 24 meters for 5 seconds. So presumably that still works when you've not leeched them. So when you actually, this is when you proc leech on them, I believe. So when the first time you hit them, basically with intestinal whip, reveals the auras of other survivors within 24 meters for 5 seconds. Yeah, kind of. Just don't know how good aura reading is going to be on her, to be honest. Yeah. Splattered Handkerchief. When the exit gates are powered, all survivors are afflicted with Leeched 1. Growing fungi begin to decay, and activating Corporeal Weave no longer creates new glowing fungi. It creates fungi. Corporeal Weave's when you detach in it, when you switch your forms. Yeah. Okay, so we've also got add-ons for the Killer's Power that explain pieces of the Killer's Powers. Thank you for that follow. I'm not live at the moment. I do apologise. So yeah, we've also got add-ons that are explaining aspects of the Killer's Power that the fucking main power thing doesn't explain. Right. In respects to this though, you're gonna have to just see what it's like in game, but it's when the exit gates are powered, the game's over. I don't believe in end game effects like that unless you're running fire up, but you have to run a very specific build to make it work. Janjira's Hand. Gain 2 headlong flight charges whenever a generator is repaired. Headlong flight's recharge rate is increased by 25% for 15 seconds. When 5 generators are repaired, headlong flight is fully charged and the recharge rate is permanently increased by 25%. Then you've got this, ladies and gentlemen, in the same fucking tier as this. That's blanket buffs across the board. 25% recharge rate. Oh, no. At least half charge to use it. It is when 5 generators are repaired though, but you still get the 25% permanent. Sure. Dulled Knife decreases headlong flight's charge consumption by 25%, so you can use it longer. Glowing Fungus grants survivors 10% haste for 5 seconds while preventing scratch marks, pools of blood, grunts and pains, and aura reveals. Just fuck off. Fuck me. Decreases headlong flight's charge consumption by 25%, fellas. You can use it 25% longer. We'll have to see how long that is. But they just get basically fucking invisibility for using their part of your killer's power, basically. And they get 10% haste for 5 seconds. So whenever you use your haste effect, your headlong flight, which is a traversal, they get 10% haste for 5 seconds, and literally any form of tracking is hidden for that amount of time as well. So if you're not in chase and directly behind them, you're probably going to lose them. Fucking hell, dude. Rotten Swine. Hitting a generator, pallet or wall with a leeching gland marks it. Damaging or breaking the marked item is 10% faster and removes the mark. Only one object can be marked at a time. That's very loop jumpy. This is your vomit in it, leeching gland. So this is when you're in body form and you vomit on it. And it's 10% faster. I mean, it's a stand-in for brutal strength, but brutal strength's 25 in it, or 20%, sorry. Just run that. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Queen Scepter, successful intestinal whip hits cause a leeching gland to spatter near the survivor. So it's a power multiplier. Probably punishes body blocking, maybe. Maybe it's a body block punisher. Mysterious Elixir. It's a window with a leeching gland to mark it. In head mode, vault the marked window to block it for survivors for only 10 seconds. Only for 10 seconds. It's point and click bamboozle, is it? Yeah, you vomit on it and then you vault through it and it blocks it for 10 seconds and it removes the mark. I don't get it though, because you literally just add in an extra loop to jump through. You can just run Bamboozle. I don't see the point. Because you can run Bamboozle. I think Bamboozle's 10 seconds, is it? Or 15 seconds? I don't know, I can't remember. Well, I know what Bamboozle does. You just vault windows and you get a block. This you have to spit on the window and then vault through it. And that's in head mode. So hang on a minute. Leeching gland is in body in it. In body form, yeah. Regurgitate. So you spit on it in body form, then detach yourself into the head form to get a 10-second Bamboozle instead of just running the perk. Am I actually seeing that right? Right, okay. Lorenzo's remains. Leech 1 applies blindness, useless. Leech 2 applies 4% hindered, that'll get nerfed. Oh, we can't have hindered. Nah, can't have hindered. That'll be nerfed. It'll get changed to fucking... It'll be blindness and fucking hemorrhage. Once it sees play, probably. But yeah, might be decent though. Hindered would be quite decent. Sure. Shredded ground. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the stage of the video that I always mention with Eries, that most of the Eries in this game are fucking useless and worse than Browns. But we'll see if she breaks the trend, eh? So, shredded gown. Corporeal Weave reveals the auras of all survivors who are within 8 meters of glowing fungus or holding glowing fungus of their own for 5 seconds. Depends how quickly you can prop Corporeal Weave. That's when you're detaching yourself from your body, I think. But it's only aura reading for an Eerie. 8 meters is barely anything as well. And if they're not near glowing fungus and they're not holding it, you just don't get anything. She hasn't broke the trend there. Chickenhead. All survivors start afflicted with Leeched 1. Definitely the better one. Definitely the better one. Speeds up your game, I suppose. Yeah. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we cross over to have a look at Behaviour's favourite children. We're going to have a look at the new survivor. Know very little about this new survivor. There she is. V. Bunyasak. As an energetic drummer, his adventurous nature led to a doomed concerts. Personal perks are Road Life 1, 2, 3, 4 and Ghost Notes. Allow her to leverage repair work into faster healing, because we need faster heals. Strengthen allies' abilities to repair. Fuck me. Okay. And recover from exhausted faster. Right, okay, so what we can take from this, going straight into this is more heal speeds and also more repair speeds. When we're locking killers out of damaging the generators, when, you know, they don't kill the survivors in the order that Twitter wants them to. Again, Art Team knocks it out the park, as I always say, get rid of that. She does look very good. Yeah, very good indeed. Kind of looks like Feng 2.0, but, you know. Gotta see her actual idols. I don't know why it spawns with a fucking toolbox, dude. Where's... wrong one. Let's see what her actual idols are. Very calmly animated survivor. It's a bit stiff to me, to be honest. Model's very nice, though. She looks quite big as well, actually. Oh. There you go. She's good with her hands, fellas. Yep, so going into it, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to say the piece. All of these will probably have some kind of game-breaking impact. No, that's a lie. One of them will, though. One of them will. Usually that's what happens. So we will see what's going to be, you know, well, probably what you're going to be facing, because I don't play this game anymore, mate. I play Identity 5 now. I'm just doing this because people like to listen to me rant about this game. But yes, we'll have a look. Ghost notes. While you have exhausted, your scratch marks disappear 50% faster. You recover 5% faster from exhausted. It could be worse. It could be worse, I think. 50% faster is almost no scratch marks there, I think, while you're exhausted. 5% isn't too much though. It actually isn't too much. Yeah, I've not really got anything else to say about that one, to be honest. That's kind of a normal start. 1, 2, 3, 4. A steady beat makes for steady work. Press the active ability button 2 while standing and idle to enter the performance interaction. That lasts up to 15 seconds. This is Astry's guitar perk. I forgot what name it is. And empowers survivors within 16 meters. It lasts up to 15 seconds. You will get continuous skill checks during the performance. The effect lasts for 90 seconds if the performance is completed. Increases the odds of getting healing and repair skill checks by 20% when the ability is cancelled or the performance completes. It goes on a cooldown for 110 seconds. That, ladies and gentlemen, seems undeniably dog shit. So, you have to stand still for 15 seconds, presumably where a chase is happening. And if she's a drummer, this probably makes noise, so the killer can hear where she is. It's within 16 meters, so they have to be quite close as well. You get continuous skill checks, so you can't just stand there. It lasts for 90 seconds if you complete it, so you have to stand still for 15 seconds within 16 meters, presumably of where a chase is. Oh no, hang on. No, you don't do it where a chase is. You do it next to generators or people that are healing. More skill checks means more progression. Yeah. It's actually hard to say, to be honest, but yeah. No, it got better then, based on, you know, what I just said initially. I don't know, you'd have to see it in game, to be honest, I think, in this situation, or I'd have to see it in game. But it is more skill checks, which means you're going to get more progress through. Doing fucking healing speed ups again, like, we haven't got like 6 fucking perks for insta heals in the game now. And repairs are still too fast on generators, which is why most of your killers are tunneling, but address the problem, not the source, right? Road life, while injured, not broken, and repairing a generator, gain 1 token. For each regular great skill check success. When you have 8 tokens, spend all tokens and gain 100% healing speed until you stop healing. Lose 2 tokens when you fail a regular skill check. Okay. We've safely made it then. These are all kind of just... from what I can see. Because this... You have to be injured and repairing a generator. Each regular great skill check success. So you get 8 great skill checks, you spend all tokens. Gain 100% healing speed until you stop healing. I mean, you could potentially run this with self-care maybe? For 8 great skill checks. You lose 2 tokens as well if you fail a regular skill check. I don't know, to be honest. Nothing's jumping out here at me that's problematic, apart from maybe this, because it is repair speeds. I don't think that'd see play. I don't think that's going to see play, to be honest. Own life. Yeah. I don't know. Right, we'll get into the game as the killer anyway. We'll see how she actually plays. Right, ladies and gents, as always, we're going to be running the Mori. What we're doing for the first game is add-onless and just the free teachables, just to see what she's like at her core. And then we can obviously decide, based on the add-ons, what part of a kit that would need buffing and all that kind of stuff, you know. So we'll see, you know, there is the Mori. What I am going to predict, going straight into these fucking tutorials. I've said for a while, mate, this should be permanent, by the way. This, right here. It'd actually help your player base learn to play. It's not exactly very... It's been nerfed, actually, this, in terms of actually explaining stuff. But if you've got common sense, you can get the general gist of that. Hit people down and pick them up, put them on Ox. Ooh, the first game's here, is nice. It's pretty cool. See, the animation's good, but... She speaks. Good. Don't know what the yellow effects are. Right, control head form. You can do it while moving. Okay. Right. So can I... There you go, that's why you don't run X-Perks, see that? Fucking dog shit. Headlong flight. Ooh, it goes along the floor. You can hit with this, can't you? Oh shit, it's a forced lunge. Okay. Right. Alright, okay. You can do it pallets, that's good. She doesn't get injured, does she? Do I have to keep... Okay. She can't break pallets either, can she? She can vault them. Okay. I didn't see where she went then, I was looking at the keybinds. Right, so we go back to body. Oh shit, you don't actually return to your body, okay. Dislocated leg. That's fine. Charge regurgitate. There's the fungi. So that's unknown. Right there. Did I leech? Ooh, okay. Right. Does none of a kit actually injure though? Dude, I'm pressing Q on my keyboard to break pallets, dude. I'm officially IDV streamer. The animation on that's a bit bad. I literally can't tell if she's actually attacking. There you go. Can I pick up in this state? I can pick up in this state. Ooh! Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Shit fucking texture on the floor, that's fine. I'm pressing Q to hang people again. That, ladies and gentlemen, right there is actually a new carry rig. Looking different survivors first. There you go, we've got tooltips on the thing as well. Funny, innit? When we start actually complaining about the game, ladies and gentlemen. And they actually start to get the fucking asses in gear. Still don't know which way around I'm supposed to use my power here. I need to get used to this. I don't know what the... I was going to say what the splash AoE is. Dude, is she blacked out on the HUD because I'm not allowed to go for her? Is that what that UI is? It is. See what she picks up. Yes, she can pick up like that. So that's going to be a recycled rig. We'll just be having her on her arm there. It's fine. Animations are a bit shit in first person now on the actual body. We'll headlong flight this. Do I have to hold that? I think I do, don't I? Yeah, I do. Okay. Do infect your... I can't remember what it is, to be honest, that you need to do there. That doesn't hit. I thought it was a splash. I'm trying to see what the range is. It's a nice, easy, smooth thingy though, when you cancel it. So when it does that, there's no... See, this is what I've talked about. This is good. So this, if you decide you don't want to use it, she doesn't slow down. It's the most bullshit fucking mechanic in the game, dude. It's like when Plague decides when she doesn't want to vomit, like this. She gets fucking pinned to about that speed for a couple of seconds. It's fucking stupid. So there's none of that on this killer. It's pretty cool how you can actually do this as well without... I wanted to test how much the thing was. I don't know how to actually injure him with the power. So I don't think it's this, is it? This is no... Yeah. Figure that. Should be trying to go for down 0 anyway though, because I want to try and get the Mora. I don't think this does anything after you've actually leeched them. There it is. Good one there. It is, dude. It's telling you on the HUD. Don't go for this person. Fuck me. Yeah, there's no thingy of her. Go through windows. Oh, it can. Okay. Colour me impressed. And then is it this you have to do? And come out, then we hit. There it is, right, okay, regurgitate on him in a human and then lash him with the Krasue form. Okay. Got it. So then presumably as well. It's fucking hell, it's hard to steer though. She can't break walls, can she? Oh, she can. Just throw us off at it. He is still here, he's just silent. We still haven't fixed that. There it is. Impressed with the new carry rig though. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's the Ravenous, is it? Yeah, that's Ravenous, so they should all be exposed. So now what we do basically is switch the body. And it's over. So I'm going back over there, we're getting the fucking Mora. There's the res. Should have exposed on him. Well, we can't actually get the Mora because he's... It's fine. I'm not going to be able to get the Mora here, I don't think. Yeah, they're just going to leave. Although, no, we will be able to get the Mora because the rest of them will leave. Okay. There it is. I just need these to leave. Fuck is this, dude? Why the fuck is there a different texture? Please just leave, for fuck's sake. I want to see the Mori. Before he fucking gets up off the ground. I don't know if he can get up off the ground in this patch now. There it is. Kill. Kill. I mean, okay, yeah. Oh, she looks a bit shit in animation. She's a bit clicky. It's gore. It's gore, ladies and gentlemen. There's no blood though, so his head just pops like a fucking crisp. Yeah. See it. We'll give her one more go. Now that I actually understand the power we're supposed to regurgitate first. Just got a feel for it. We'll stick some add-ons on as well. See if anything jumps out at me now we've played it. So by virtue of that, the chicken head is basically making it so you can just hit them with the Krasue straight away without having to regurgitate on them. That's basically what that means. The fact that you can use this without being nailed onto the spot sort of makes that pretty... It does actually make that better than I thought it was, to be fair. But it's still just aura reading. It's... nah. Leech 1 applies blindness, Leech 2 applies 4% inward. Leech 2 is when they're at max, I think, when the worm things are running out of them. We'll try the hindered one. Just to see if it's actually impactful. These are just useless. I don't see the point of these when you can just run the perks. That lets you fly longer, but it just nerfs your fucking power for no reason. Increases headlong flight's charges by 10 and its recharge rate by 25%. Must be at least half charge, again it just nerfs the power. That's whenever a generator is repaired. That's when the exit gates are powered. Is there anything that does anything in the fucking game? Hitting a non-leeched survivor with intestinal whip reveals the auras. Are they trying to turn this into Identity 5, by the way? Sorry, that's just crossed my mind there, fellas. Because a lot of shit happens in the end game in Identity 5, and we've suddenly come out with a killer where a lot of her add-ons have shit to do with the end game. In one of her perks got it as well. No, that's just the curse generator. Because a lot of the stuff that goes on is... Did I have a look at that one? I didn't think. I don't think I did I? Oh, that one. Survivors under glowing are exhausted. Hitting a non-leeched survivor with intestinal whip reveals the auras of other survivors within 24 meters. So that's when you hit them with the Krasue. Just stick. Tell you what, put it into practice. We'll put that on. We'll see if it actually has any kind of value. As we're switching forms, I probably won't be able to pay attention to it, but we'll see though. As I say, fellas, so far I am actually kind of pleasantly surprised, honestly. A personal favourite of mine is there's no... If she decides she doesn't want to use this in the actual chase, she doesn't get nailed to the floor, see? So you can actually make decisions as this killer on the fly. Rather than it like being like Plague, where she just gets basically fucked out of the game every time she wants to use a power. I don't know where I hit that there, I don't think I did I? Seems very fast in cooldown as well. Let's get the M1. So I believe... Yeah, it's slower in it. And then you use the dash of it. Fucking hell. To down him. There it is. That's good though. I do like that carry animation. Dude, I'm still pressing Q. That's insane. Ah, okay. So yeah, there's the glowing fungus. So is there some over there then? I don't know why I could see all them a minute ago. It's very slow to come back to your body though. Oh, it bounces, nice. Then we dash in. Come out, we dash with attack. Good. It's clicking. It's just a shame of the current game state now though, innit? Because now we're being controlled as well by Twitter. So I can't go for any kind of strategy with her. We just have to brainlessly hook survivors that aren't, you know, as you can see by the HUD. Survivors that I haven't already targeted. Yeah, there's the aura reading with that. Maybe it's not as bad then. You do get, as long as you can get a lead into your next chase. What's the range of this? Kind of. I think it's just the same as Unknown, isn't it? Why is this? There's a yellow. Ew. That's grim. Okay. It is good how she doesn't get slowed down from doing that though. That's one of the big plus sides of her, I think. I have to see what that's like against players though as well when she comes to live, because it does feel like it's quite easy to dodge the actual forced, because it's a forced lunge. That's going to get complained about. 100%. That's basically Chucky's scamper. That's going to get complained about, even nerfed or removed. Worth mentioning as well, because it is my duty of honesty, fellas. As I say, I don't bullshit, I don't complain for no reason. There is a lack of bugs with this killer, from what I'm seeing. There's nothing I'm seeing that's thinking so far. Not that I've discovered anyway. But again, fellas, this is what happens when you complain. You complain, you criticise about shit game design. Said it time and time again, fellas. They work for us, not the other way around. Goes with any game dev. It's out of range. I don't know where she went then. Close. I think I can squeeze this. Yeah. We get the Mora. I've just been hit though with the tragic realisation that because of, obviously with it being behaviour, unless something does change, this Krasue form is probably not going to change in the cosmetics. It'll just be the, you know, the actual base look of the actual girl. Aura reading is pretty good, actually. Do you have to do this to basically make it so you can hit them with the Krasue? From what I can see. Let's get rid of that. Dislocated leg, though, on the animations there. That's the other Meg, innit? We do get that. So it is similar to Unknown. I think she's still there, is she? Around the other side? Yeah. It's completely silent. Then we headlong flight. See, this does seem quite strong. That actually does seem quite strong, that. The catch up and all that. Didn't even realise I still had the X. As I say, fellas, it is the PTB. The only time they actually change things with PTBs most of the time is to nerf things from the killers. So it's not favoritism, it's just a fucking fact. But I can see some things that they're gonna fucking whine about with this character. Shit. I don't think I can actually hit it there, actually. Because of the... It kind of goes through. Yeah, it's fine. I have just realised that the hook status is shown now, actually. On my side. I wish they'd fucking make up their mind what they're doing, dudes. Okay, what the fuck? How did I do that? Oh, that just happens, does it? Okay. Would have said that wasn't it. There it is. Because it does lock you into see that's really easy to dodge, dude. A bot's doing it because it locks you into doing it. There it is. You have to steer it when you're actually charging. This guy's not dead. It could definitely be worse though, fellas. I'm not gonna lie. It actually could definitely be worse. I am happy to see that it isn't actually what the leaks were said it were going to be, where it was going to be literally a killer that's centered around slugging. After we just deleted that tactic from the game. Yeah, she's gone that way. She's there. She's just completely silent. Oh. That's going to get nerfed though, that. She was there as well. Big window of downtime there. There it is. I wish it was wetter, you know? It's still very clay, like... That's what I don't like about it. The head just sort of pops and gets replaced by the other asset that's added to it, you know? I'm not a game dev, but I can see this shit. Straight on the saw blade. Okay, apparently that didn't work. You can literally just keep using this though as well. There it is. Need the quick art of this. There we go. Go. Dead space is now on the table though, fellas. Oh! Oh, there it is. Look at that. I hooked him and then killed him, fellas. Stop playing the game. Yep, that's every gen on the map now blocked. Look at them all. Twitter is upon us. No terror shock. Bodybuild power. Good girl. Oh shit, she's not infected. Now she is. So you have to hit them 3 times to get them down with that. God's sake, Megan. There it is. General consensus, fellas, not bad. I actually don't think she's terrible. I genuinely don't. I don't think she's terrible at all. They are going to pull the excuse though with this Krasue form when they do our cosmetics, that they can't change it. It still looks shit that though when the head pops, but yeah. Game had to think about that. There it is. I had to think for a second there, did I actually slug somebody else? But no. Yeah, honestly, fellas, as I say, it's always about the honesty with me. I think she's quite fun. I do actually think she's quite fun. But obviously she's going to be quite fun against bots. But I'm not queuing into a game, fellas, on the PTB to be clip farmed by some fucking rat-faced TTV. You know? Like, it's not... I'm not doing it. So, against bots at least... I think she's quite good. I actually do think she's the power itself as a base analysis is quite good. The fact that she can switch to the form from the body to the Krasue with no slowdown penalty is good, because she can actually make decisions on the fly, and the regurgitate mechanics easy to actually proc her ability. I do think the scamper mechanic's going to get nerfed though, the way she can vault just over pallets like that. Because they'll whine about that. They'll probably whine about the regurg as well, the actual power being easy to proc. But yeah, all in all, I think it's quite good. I actually do think it's quite good. You know, whether they actually change anything, because obviously, you know, they don't really do anything with the PTB, because we learnt that the hard way with the Walking Dead chapter. But it is what it is, fellas. But yeah, that's going to be the honest review of it. Did some gameplay, got the Mori, reacted to the perks, all that kind of stuff. I might return to see her played on live, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see what the changes are when she actually goes to live, if they actually do anything with her. But yeah, we'll see what her cosmetics are and everything as well. I will peek that. If it's worth a video, I'll do that on it. Yeah, because apparently as well, one of the leaks was that she is actually launching with a visceral. Not 100% honest, 100% confirmed, you know. We don't know. But apparently there is. And the visceral, if you don't know, if you are an IDV player, is ones that do actually change Moris, the kills at the end. Although they said that and then released the Houndmaster skin that only changes the fucking dog, doesn't actually change the Mori itself, and tried to sell that to us as a visceral. So we'll see, you know. But I do predict with the cosmetics though, they won't change the Krasue form, and literally every one of her cosmetics is probably going to have this black hairstyle to match the actual Krasue. So sure, there she is. What's her actual name? Burung Sokopats, I believe. Sokopats. Or was it? No, Janjira was a friend. Okay. So Burung is basically her actual name. Probably not pronouncing that right. I do apologise, but yeah, there it is. Yeah. I think she's quite fun to play, but again, she's got to go through the Twitter playtest, hasn't she? So, you know, we're expecting nerfs, we're expecting fucking everything to be removed from it, everything that's fun. And yeah, we will see. The fuck is going on here? Excuse me? Wraith is locked. I'm gonna say this is PTB, mate. I've fucking bought all this in live. They're only 125 as well. No, I think this is why the fuck would you even do that? Why would you actually do that? 125 is not the regular price. Neither is 2250. The fuck is that about? Why would you do that? Do you have to pay to unlock characters you've already got, which eats into the money that you'd spend in here to try cosmetics? Did they actually? They probably won't. They won't have. Whoa. Okay. The cosmetics exist. They've never done this before in the PTB. We do have a purple variant. They've never done this in the PTB. You actually can play with the cosmetics. That's pretty cool. Does it change? I think it did actually. Then we've got this one. What's this? Night Queen. Kind of want to see the Krasue again. I want to see if the headpiece stays the same, or if it just molds to. In fact, actually, see the Mora. So she keeps her head. The gore's really shit, dude. Like, that's really shit, actually, looking at that. But they actually apparently do change the inside. Oh, shit, okay. So we do change the Krasue. We change the headpiece, at least, anyway. Okay. Very nice. Any of these change? Let's do the consistency test, ladies and gentlemen. So she's got yellow streaks, that's probably going to be the easiest to see. Do they magically go back to being black? Let's have a look. No, it is actually there. Okay. Colour me fucking surprised, boys. That's still shit, though. That is actually still shit. I'm willing to believe that's bugged. And they will change that in the PTB. But, you know, at base feedback, mate, that gore is fucking terrible. Like, they need to do more of it. I know they're trying to keep it friendly for everybody and all this kind of shit, but it's a fucking horror game. And all this still exists, you know. What's this, then? Like, it's just... Ugh. The face is quite good, though. It doesn't actually... A face stays quite normal in this one. So that's pretty cool. So I do like this killer. I do actually like this killer, boys. I'm actually pleasantly fucking surprised for once with this game. Because over the past year or so, this game has been nothing but a fucking shit heap. Honestly, there's been so many shit releases that have been glazed to fucking the moon and back for being very fucking mediocre, to be honest. But now we've actually done something like this that's actual horror. It's actually got, you know, gore in it and all that kind of stuff. And it's actually a power that isn't bogged down by safety mechanics. I think it's actually quite good. And I might return when she goes live to do some genuine videos on it where I don't have to fucking rant all the way through them, you know, about all these fucking hand-holding mechanics and shit that's ruining my side of the gameplay for the sake of shit survivors, you know? Because that's literally what they're doing with the game now. Because so far, this looks quite good. They've actually changed the Krasue. Obviously, they've not changed the guts and everything, but again, you don't need to do that. Guts are guts. Unless it's obviously if they do start doing actual monsters for her. Then you should change it. But that would imply as well, because they have changed the hairstyle, they would change the guts. To whatever it needs to be. But yeah, there's no visceral, but they could be holding that back from the PTB as well. Maybe when it goes live, they might be a visceral. But that was based on the leaks that said in the same thing that this killer was a slug-based killer, and she isn't. It's basically it's similar to Unknown, the way you proc your ability on them, and then you have to damage them with a second form. But there is the vibe I've got is there is genuinely just enough creativity here to make it at least a little bit different. And obviously with the gore aspect and it actually being horror, and it is actually creepy for once, you know. It does work for me. So overall, fellas, honestly, I do think it is pretty damn good, you know. We'll just have to see if it gets destroyed, won't we? Because that's usually what happens. So we'll see. There you go. That's going to be the Krasue for you. We will see what happens with live. We're probably going to switch over back to Identity 5 for now, as I say. Maybe I might do 1 or 2 more bot matches, stitch them together for a video. I don't know. But for the time being, this is just going to be the reaction for this. But yeah, there it is, boys. We'll see you on the next one.